What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Charge It Up. For today's video, it's going to be episode number 4 or 3, I think number 3, for Autopilot on Greater Toronto Area roads. Not just Toronto today, GTA roads, not just Toronto. Let's go. Today, I'm actually going to be doing the back roads or the city roads all the way home. The maximum speed limit on this road is 80 kilometers per hour, so I've got the max speed set at 90 for the Autopilot. Today we're going to take our time. It is 4 p.m. so we will run into some traffic along the way, so this might take a little longer than I anticipated, which is fine. Now, as you can see, one thing I have noticed, when you're on the highway and you've got Autopilot on or Navigator Autopilot on, the system asks you to make sure to put slight pressure on the steering wheel, maybe every 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, something like that. Not very often. The Model 3 just went by. Not very often, but when you're on country roads or back roads, it tells you to apply pressure to the steering wheel a lot more often. Probably 30 to 40 seconds every time. So obviously it wants you to pay attention to keep your hands on the steering wheel. Again, for video purposes, I don't have it on my hands on the steering wheel, but my hands are very close and I am paying attention to what's going on. Let's actually count it out. Let's see how long it actually does take. And here we go. So it just came up on the screen to tell me to apply pressure to the steering wheel, apply slight turning force to the steering wheel. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll count down. So there you go, it came up and I counted 24 seconds. So that was even quicker than I thought. 24 seconds that it actually asks you. So we do have our first light coming up over here. So right now it is still green. And it doesn't ask you to go through anything like that. So it just turned yellow. It doesn't ask you to go through because there is a car in front of me. And then the system will just take that car and actually follow it through the green light. Moving along here on Taunton Road, we are currently, I believe, we are in Bowmanville. Another green light here. It will not ask me to do anything because it is a green light. So now what you saw here is it slowed down because the maximum speed limit has changed from 80 to 60. So now the maximum on the Autopilot is set to 10 kilometers over the speed limit. So it is set to 70 right now. So now we are back to maximum 80. Unfortunately, the guy in front of me does not realize that, and we're only doing 73. Now we got maximum 70, so the car will automatically slow down to 80 as the max speed. It is green ahead. I'm telling it to go right through. So what I am doing right now is we are in Autopilot. The maximum speed limit of this road was 50, so the max was 60 that it's set to, but I was actually pressing on the accelerator and I was doing about 65, 70, and that's why you see the cruise control will not brake and everything else. So right now the speed limit did change back to 60, and now the Autopilot max is at 70, so I can let it go. And the only reason I did that is because there's a huge line of cars behind me, and everybody just wants to do 70 or 80 here, so I just wanted to keep with the flow of traffic. So we are coming up on Oshawa here. This lane will then separate and go into 2 lanes. Then we'll have a left-hand lane and a right-hand lane, a right turn and a left-hand turn lane. We'll just continue going straight. You see it's kind of trying to find the lane, and it does, and then it will just go through go through the green light because of the car in front. And we are now in Oshawa. So we are coming up to our first red light since we started. Just been pretty moving along pretty well, so that's always nice. So now that it's green, the car will move forward automatically on its own. And now we're coming up with some traffic. We'll come up into some traffic. We'll go through Oshawa, then Whitby, and then Ajax. Just a gingerly stroll through Oshawa at 48 kilometers an hour. Well, that's nice of you to do. Thank you for that. Changes lanes in the middle of the intersection. That's real good. Thank you for that. It's nice of him to do that. Yummy. Just open your door and spit on the floor. Good. So coming up to the green light here, because the car in front of me is further ahead, the system did ask me to approve proceeding through the green light, so I did, and we've gone through that green light. That's nice, thank you for that. Don't worry about the fact that there's a car right here. As long as you signal, apparently it's fine. Ooh, that's a quick stop right there. Quick but necessary. That was definitely necessary. That guy's just taking a sweet ass time making his left-hand turn. So it was on green, then it quickly changed from yellow to red, and the car just decided to stop on its own. So right now on the screen it does show autopilot unable to proceed, but I'm actually just gonna leave it the way it is and let it do its thing once it turns green here. There we go. Doing its thing. Pulling on the lower stalk to enable the autopilot to proceed through the green light, since there is no car in front of me. Sorry, there is one obviously right there, but not in my lane. So you need to have a car in front of you in your lane in order for autopilot to not need your approval to go through. Alright, we are back on the road here. So what happened, and I'm not sure if the other camera actually caught it or not, my camera actually started overheating with the sun actually beaming through, and I didn't have the heating on or AC on, but it actually got really hot in the car, and my camera actually stopped working and then slowed down, couldn't record, and then it stopped working altogether because it actually overheated. So at least there was some overheat protection on that. Alright, let's change lanes here. This guy is going super slow in front of me. Maximum on this road is 70. We've got the autopilot set at 80, and we'll continue going. Quickly change lanes here. What is this person doing in front of me? Wow. You sure know how to make lane, or... Wow. He doesn't even know how to make a turn. Okay. Let's get away from that person. Oh, there goes another motorcycle. People are definitely coming out because it is a nice day. You won't catch me with the R6 out there as of yet. Not yet. I am now in Pickering, still along Taunton Road. This is where it becomes a little bit quicker, a little less traffic time to time. We are doing 83 kilometers per hour. There's a car in front of me. The maximum is 80 on this road. So I do want to make a left-hand turn at this road called Altona Road. And I will signal here. Let's slow down here. See if it'll make the lane change. Nope, it will not make the lane change, but I will take over. I will ask it to make the lane change here, because I am going to make a right-hand turn right at the top of this hill. There's a guy in behind me, so I will just slightly pull over here and let him go, because I want to do it without anybody behind me. There we go. Alright, so it is the windy road that I was talking about earlier. It's a maximum 50, so let's see how it does. Here you can actually see it, pretty windy right there. It's got a couple of quick turns, but here we go. Let's see how it does. We're doing 50. Let's slow it down to about 40 here. There's nobody behind me. It does say go slow. So let's see how it does here. Let's pull it down to 30. Oh, I took over here because there's a couple cars coming. Looked like it wanted to go into that lane. Looked like it wanted to go into that lane, and then it was kind of adjusting, so I just took over just because there was cars coming on the oncoming traffic. I do again want to do this area a little bit better, but hopefully with no traffic around. Maybe I'll come very early one day. There we go. Now it's doing its turn. That was nicely done. With little from me. Now we got another 90 here. And almost did that one. Almost did that 90. So close. So close. But not. That was so close. All right, I'll take over here. That guy over there is letting me come through. Thank you, sir. And then now what we'll do is we'll go back up to, or onto autopilot, because of the climb right here. I'm curious to see how it does this climb. Well, I'm only doing 40. There's no one behind me. Going down to 30 now. Oh, nice climb. Nicely done. You can do it. There we go. Obviously I have it max at 30, so that was actually nicely done. That part right there. The sun is blinding. I don't have my sunglasses on, which is okay. And it obviously knows somehow that there's a stop sign coming up ahead in 100 meters, even though it doesn't see it. And go right back into autopilot. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hit that notification bar for future videos on the Model X. And hopefully soon the R6. Weather pending. Until the next one, guys.